want to build a stronger Nigerian professional community. We want to be able to make impact. We want to be able to influence and rule our world in Canada, where we found ourselves, where we are living, where we've called home. So today, we are going to have an exciting time. We have 4 amazing panelists that are going to help us learn about skills that we need to remain relevant in the marketplace. There is stiff competition everywhere. Everything, we are competing with people, we are competing with technology, we are competing with AI, everything. So what do we need to be able to stand out of the thousands of people? There are some skills, and today we have the privilege of having professionals speak to us, educate us, hone our skills, and make us better. So our expectation is that at the end of today's event, we will be better people, we'll be better professionals. We'll go out there and make impact and make Nigeria proud, make Canada proud, because this is our land. So without wasting more time, I am going to introduce our moderator for the day, Kemi Abiola, to take it to the next level. So we are going to have individuals come out and speak to us, and later we'll have a panel session where we'll take questions. So if you have questions, you have comments, you have an opportunity to be able to ask questions. But do not leave here without honing your skills to be a better person. Thank you so much. Kemi. Let's dance together for her.
Good evening, everyone. And thanks for coming out. I can think of a lot more exciting things to be doing on a Saturday evening. But, you know, sometimes you have to take the time out to add to yourself, to hone your skills, to sharpen the sword, like Philip Covey said. I'm honored and very happy to introduce our speaker. I feel like I'm among my family and my friends, right? He's Ibrahim Haruna. I first got to know Ibrahim as a very conscious community builder. He's very accommodating. He just wants to help people and be around people. And I got to know he's an agile coach, he's a scrum master, he's all those good things. And I was reading his bio. He got his first degree in engineering, and he's honed his skills over the years. So right now he's with one of the foremost banks. He's a competitor bank. Should I mention the bank's name? Oh. I'm with a better bank, by the way, but he's one of the ones that are coming after us. He's one of the main agile coaches in TD, and we're very, very privileged and happy to have you here, Ibrahim. Please join me in welcoming Ibrahim.
Thank you, Kemi. Thank you, CNP, for having me, and thanks, everyone. Okay. So. Sorry guys, technical difficulty here. Okay, thank you. Yeah. All right, thank you. Just a quick disclaimer. Sorry. Thank you, Kemi, for the good introduction, and thanks, MP, for having me here. And just a quick disclaimer, what I'm going to talk about here is about the agile growth mindset, right? So it's some of the experience I have done over the years, and some of the research I have also done. So some of them actually know more than I do. So whatever I'm going to tell you, if you have any clarifications after, please feel free to ask me. So what is agile? I'm going to start from the background of agile, so to give you, and then from there I'm going to move gradually to an agile mindset. So what is an agile? So agile is a behavior, it's a mindset, right? So which allows product creators to easily adjust to stakeholders and users' needs. And so I want to deep dive more to actually expatiate on that. So Agile is bringing minimum of 3, maximum of 9 people coming together to work on a tangible product in a very short, accurate way, meeting business need and also giving that quick product to the customer to actually have something that delivers high business value. And if there's something you're going to take away from here, it's about the quick time of getting that product into the hand of customer in a very short possible time. Unlike in the traditional waterfall, I'm sure those of you know who are into project management, you know what is called waterfall, right? It's the traditional way of doing project, and so that's a way of doing project where you have to actually start from beginning to the end, and you don't actually get any value until the end, right? But if there's something you're going to get away while living here, is that giving that product to the hand of customer at the very shortest possible time. And when you look at, in comparison, how things work in the traditional way, you see a project manager who babysit, right, who micromanage. But in Agile, it's kind of like a team. People work together. The Agile coach is like a change agent. The Scrum Master is like a servant leader. So they all work together as a team. So they have a team mindset. In the traditional waterfall, it's like in silos. People work together in silos. And so the foundation of Agile, it's called the tail leg of empiricism. What does that mean? So it means you have to be transparent in whatever you do. So business want to build something, you know what they want to build, you know the roadmap, and as you're building it, you're actually doing a constant inspection. You're inspecting the process, you're adapting it. So you're getting the feedback from the customer. As you're getting that feedback, you're incorporating it back to that what you're building, and you actually adapt it. So that's the foundation of Agile. And in 2001, so you have some 17 folks that came together and said, let's look at a way of doing software and in a better way, just like we have in CBAB, in PMI, in any other professional bodies. So they came together and said, let's review how we do software. And at the end of the workshop, what they came up with is the Agile Manifesto. And what does that mean? So he said, so how do we do something in a better way, right? And this has evolved over years, right? It says individual interaction over processes and tools. So even though process is good, tools is good, but let's be more interact, let's talk, right? And again, it's about working software, right? Working software over comprehensive documentation. So instead of doing a lot of documentation like you have in Waterfall or in other projects, you actually say, we don't really care much about documentation, right? But let's do, focus on getting that product working. And again, it's about talking, customer collaboration, instead of sitting on the table and do more contract negotiation. And again, as you go, things will happen. Usually we say there might be a regulatory change, there might be something that needs to change, but how do we respond to that change, right? So this is what Agile tells us. And that takes me to the topic, right? What is mindset? So in doing the Google search, I got some of the dictionaries. I'm just going to take one which says that it's a habit or manner formed by previous experience. So that's mindset. If you go further on that, right? So again, when you compare what is a fixed mindset compared to what is an agile mindset, right? So the fixed mindset is the kind of mindset where you have a kind of a habit where you say, I don't know, I don't want to know, I don't care, so I don't know, right? And failure is so hard to accept, right? Sometimes you fail, you say, oh, I fail, I don't know what to do, or sometimes, hey, I need a job, or I'm tired of it, right? So you give up so easily. And feedback is so hard to take, right? So somebody give you feedback, it's very hard to take. But when you have that agile mindset, right? It's a kind of mindset where you can actually say, okay, I want to try more, I can do. So the can-do attitude is there. And again, you always want feedback. You want to do a self-retrospective. You always want to say, yeah, I need feedback. So what can I do differently? And again, so when you fail, it's okay. What can I do differently, right? So that's the kind of comparison. So that should give you more understanding, okay, what does a fixed mindset means and what does a growth mindset mean? And so the kind of fixed mindset again is about sometimes somebody, you have kids, or when we're in the high school or in the elementary, you say, I don't know one subject, right? And it's so hard, I don't want to be a science student, I don't want to be that, I don't want to be this. So that's a kind of a static mindset, right? And that takes me to, I want to play a video. I don't know if you guys have the internet yet. Yeah, so can you just play? So we have a volume issue here, okay? Well, that's fine. So but I'm just going to explain what the video talk about. So it's talk about so how about the can you try the computer volumes? Okay, it's okay. So that's fine. That's okay. All right. So I'm going to quickly talk about what the video is. I mean, when you get home, try to Google that video, right? It's called locating location. It's about you have below the line and above the line. So below the line means people that have that. So people that have those static mindset, right? So the static mindset means you always don't want to do anything. You know, you always ask, you consider yourself that you can't do, right? So you find yourself that so many things is not working and you usually give up, right? But when you're above the line, you kind of do something differently, right? You kind of be a person that you always self-retrospective. You want to see how do you go beyond that, right? And so that kind of tells us as a human being or as a leader or as a manager, whatever you are, you find yourself. So how do you have that agile mindset where you always have to think above the line, right? It's okay, let's go back to the deck. Yeah. So that's how about the video. So when you get home, just take time to do it. So I'm just going to give you a certain example about the growth mindset. So a good example, when you easily give up. So okay. Yeah. So when you usually give up, the kind of mindset is about, I don't know, I can't do that, right? A good example, I have a daughter who's 15 years old. So one day she came home the last few weeks and said, oh, I don't know math, I want to change, I don't want to do science anymore, right? So, but what does that tell us, right? So me and my wife, Monica, we said, okay, so we quickly triggered our growth mindset. I said, so how about you try, you know? So right, you usually just give up that you can't do science, right? And so Monica has to get a math teacher to start coming to teach, right? So what does that tell us? We're able to trigger our agile mindset, our growth mindset to be able to handle that situation. So you're going to find yourself in that situation. And when you look at the, so our brain, you have the left side of the brain, you have the right side of the brain in terms of the agile mindset. So your left side of the brain is the one that will look at, okay, so the expect and adapt part of the empiricism. So it's your left side of the brain that's going to do that. So how are you doing retrospective? So how are you doing something when you are building something? How are you going about it to say, okay, getting the feedback from the customer and how you incorporating it, right? So, and the right side of your brain is the one that says about transparency, about trust, about collaboration. So that will be your right side of the brain. So you can see both sides of your brain is always being agile. So they're thinking of, okay, once you enable that, you're able to get that mindset. And so still talking about mindset. So it means that you have dynamic mind, you can grow, right? And again, so a good example, when you talk about failure, you know, failure is something that if you have a growth mindset, you don't care. If you fail, you fail, right? I'm going to give you a personal experience in the last 5 years. So where I was one of this industry working, and in 3 months of the job, I got fired, right? So it's about to get fired, right? Sometimes when you get fired, you think that's the end of the world, right? Even though it has some racial intonation attached to it, but what did I do? So the same day I spoke to 2 different managers and I got hired back into the same company, right? So I was able to trigger my growth mindset right there. I was able to quickly say, okay, what can I do differently, right? So I spoke to 2 different managers and I spent almost 4 or 5 years before I left that company again, right? So your static mindset will not allow you to do that. It won't allow you to actually say, okay, what can I do differently? You say, oh, wow, they are so racist, they are doing that, so I'm going to go to court, I'm going to do that, right? But the growth mindset will allow you to say, okay, what can I do differently? You do a self-retrospective, right? So some of the questions you need to ask yourself, or we need to ask ourselves about having a growth mindset or having the agile mindset is about, are we collaborating? So are we working as a team, right? So when even within family, you can see, how do we work together as a team, right? And are we humble? Do we have answer to everything we want? Are we the kind of person that we don't want to take a no for answer, or we don't want to take a feedback? So you want to ask yourself, right? Sometimes we work in a situation where we shut people off, right? We don't actually listen, right? So you need to keep constantly asking ourselves, so do we have that kind of a mindset where we don't listen, right? Or can we change? So these are the part of the things you look at yourself. These are the kind of questions you can ask yourself, right? If you have a growth mindset or not, right? So finding yourself in a static situation, so when you can answer this question, it will help you to move to that growth mindset. Thank you.